guys, so we're doing writing with Miss Acton today, working on possessive nouns again, and we're going to stick with that Harriet Tubman sentence that we've been looking at here lately. So what are we going to be doing today? What we're going to be doing together is we're going to revise, which is a big word, revise our Harriet Tubman sentence to add more detail and meaning. So whenever Miss Acton says to add more detail and meaning, that gives you kind of a hint of what revise means. Revise means you're taking something that might already be really good, but you're still adding more meaning, adding more detail, making it better. The sentence that we have is really good, but we're going to make it better. Miss Acton is going to show you how. And then you on your own, after you watch Miss Acton do it, you're going to be doing the same thing. So you will revise that same Harriet Tubman sentence, adding more detail and more meaning to it. All right, so now we're going to go to our Jamboard. All right, so this is the passage Miss Acton has been showing you all week long, and you guys actually saw this earlier in the month of February where we're talking about famous Black history figures, people that are famous Black people that did great things for this country, great things for African American people. So when we took the sentence, it's in the green right here, out. And that's the sentence we've been looking at this week. Harriet's plan was to use the Underground Railroad, a group of safe homes and hidden places that help slaves travel north to freedom. A really good sentence, a really big sentence with a lot of different types of punctuation in it, some capital letters that are in spots that are pretty interesting too. And some really good details, but we're going to make it better. So the first day that we worked on this, Miss Acton just asked you what you noticed. And Miss Acton showed you what she noticed. I noticed there was a comma. I noticed there were some capital letters in certain spots. I noticed there was punctuation at the end of the sentence because there's always supposed to be punctuation at the end of the sentence. And then when you were supposed to notice, the one thing Miss Acton really wanted you to notice was Harriet's. Harriet has an apostrophe S at the end of it. That's what I really wanted you to notice. And then yesterday, I taught you why we wanted to notice that is because it is a possessive. It shows that plan belongs to Harriet. And then the next day, we worked on proper nouns, nouns, and verbs, so identifying parts of speech in this sentence. So you drew lines to certain things. So I was hoping that you noticed that Harriet was a proper noun because it has a capital letter at the beginning, but most importantly, it's a person, place, or thing, but a particular, special, actual person, place, or thing. So it is a person, but it's an actual person, and she's important. So we have to capitalize the beginning of her name to show that she's important. Then we found some verbs. We got helped, travel. Those are things that you can do. And we have just regular nouns, a regular person, place, or thing. And Miss Acton found slaves, but you could have done freedom. You could have done places, homes. Homes is definitely a noun because that's a place. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look at that paragraph that we pulled that sentence out of. So this whole paragraph right here that has the red rectangle around it, and we're going to pull details out of it to add even more meaning, more detail in our sentence right down here that's in the blue speech bubble. So in that sentence it says in 1849, I read that backwards. Harriet decided she was tired of being a slave and she made plans to escape. Then we have our normal sentence where it talks about how she had a plan to use Underground Railroad, which was safe homes and stuff like that. Harriet made the long and terrifying trip to Pennsylvania and was finally free. She decided that she wanted to help other slaves gain their freedom as well. In 1850, she became a conductor for the Underground Railroad. So we're going to take that information that we know, information that is in this passage, and even information that maybe we've seen from other things, and we're going to add more detail to this part of the sentence right here. So here it is. And I even put little blank spots that way Miss Acton can add some detail in this. And you're going to be doing this as a draw it slide on your Nearpod. And my only tip to you is when you are doing that draw it slide to it, I would try to do the text box instead of trying to draw the words. So I'll give you an example. If right here I wanted to put dogs and this sentence dogs. The neatest is still, pretty sloppy. I can do on Nearpod, if you put a text in there, it just makes it look a lot cleaner. So if I have my text box right here, I make the whole length of this line, and I say, dogs are my favorite. It just makes it look a lot cleaner. So I'm going to keep that text box there to add the detail that we're going to add to this part of the sentence. So let's read and see if we can think of some things that we can fit in that empty space to add more detail and meaning to this sentence. Harriet's plan was to use the Underground Railroad, a group of safe homes. So it looks like it wants me to describe the safe homes a little bit more, add more meaning to what safe homes mean. So when you're thinking about people that were escaping their slave owners, they were going to these safe homes to hide. What would make these homes safe? Would it be like, a comfy couch? No, you can have the comfiest couch in the world, but that doesn't make your house safe. It doesn't make your house safe for a slave to hide? So what would make a safe home for particular people like Harriet that are slaves? So I'm thinking a group of safe homes with smart owners. People who owned the house were smart and they knew good hiding places. So it was a group of safe homes with smart owners that were brave. Yes, they had to be brave because if people found out that they were hiding their slaves in their homes, they might try to hurt them or even kill them for trying to steal their slaves when really they're trying to hide them. So, absolutely, I think these people were smart, but they also were very brave to help hide these people. So, that's quite a bit of detail to add right there. So, let's leave that there. Let's add another text box to this next section. And we'll add some more detail in right here too. So far we have Harriet's plan was to use the Underground Railroad, a group of safe homes with smart owners that were brave, and hidden places that help slaves travel north to freedom. So it says hidden places. So you think about this, they're traveling through the country where they're running into homes where these people, are smart owners that want to help these slaves and they're brave to hide them. But sometimes you can't find a house with somebody who wants to keep you safe. Sometimes that's not a thing that can actually happen. So you have to find hidden places out in the wild where you're traveling. What would those hidden places be? Think about like where an animal would hide almost in the wild to keep themselves safe, to keep themselves hidden from slave owners that are trying to find them. I'm thinking like caves, yeah, or the woods where there's a lot of trees that you can hide under, or even trees that you can climb, like caves and woods. And maybe I'm gonna say maybe water, because that would be an easy place to hide too. And it looks like our water's not gonna fit right there, so I'm gonna add it to the next text box down here in the bottom. Like caves or the woods and maybe water. And I'm thinking water because a lot of these slave owners had dogs that would get the scent of the slaves and would help track them down. But if you go into the water, the dog loses your scent. So they had hidden places like caves or the woods or maybe water to lose their scent. Oh my gosh. We added a ton of detail to this sentence, and this sentence was already amazing. So that's pretty good. All right, so now what you're going to do, oh, I don't think we have that one. So now what you're going to do is you're going to see a slide that looks just like this on your Nearpod that you're going to add some detail to. You also are going to have a time to climb where you're going to answer some questions about what Miss Acton talked about. And then you're also going to be doing a matching the pairs where you have to find which one that you do, that you add at the end of a noun to show that it is possessive, that it owns something, that something belongs to it, which I'm giving you a little hint with that circle right there. So have fun with this, have fun with the time to climb, and make sure you add some good detail that you know about Harriet Tubman in those empty spaces to add more meaning and more detail to this already good sentence. Have fun.